I just might be in your hood.
Fuck out of here, man. You dumbass niggas. You niggas is silly out here trying to look cute and shit, man.
I
Don't
just
play,
might
man.
be
This shit's
in your
serious, bro. Niggas wanna come and talk to me about all this dumb shit. Nigga ain't trying to...
Spent some rocks and that's a fact. Mama get that card and she gon' have a heart attack. That's why I stay strapped, loaded like I'm from Iraq. How that nigga run up and get hit up in his back. Lay that ass down, let that sucker feel him round. Hit him 9 more times, ask him how he like the sound. Lay that ass down, pussy cat going meow. Wetting up my
What's going on, YouTube? Little fella checking in, man. Over here at my current pickup. My first load, what it pay? Get that to the second. But this load here is paying even better. Now, I do want to say my second load, this is my third I'm picking up. My second load didn't pay much, but you'll have that when it comes to percentage pay. So, pros and cons of percentage pay versus by the mile. Let me talk about it. So, usually, a lot of people are used to getting paid by the mile. You know, back when I first started trucking, I started out at 37 cents a mile, and I was going through a temp agency. Can't even think what they're called. They're called Pro something, and they're out of Chicago. But you know, didn't think much of it. I mean, I made decent money. It was regional, reefer, Hirschbach. So it was cool, but you know, now, you know, X amount of years later, it's time to get that percentage pay again. So, where did you start out at? Comment below. When you first started trucking, what was your cent per mile or percentage pay when you first started? Because I done percentage as a company driver, and that was, I was getting 35% of the load as a company driver. So let me know, where'd you start out? Cent per mile or percentage? Company driver, lease purchase, owner op, how'd you start? So, let me think. Most of the companies I worked for these past several years usually was around the 40 cent mile per, cent per mile range. And I was getting like 12 a week, give or take. The best company I worked for as a company driver was out of New Jersey, and they was actually paying me 47 cents a mile. This was about 3 or 4 years ago, and that's when I was doing flatbed, of course. So now it's like, what am I getting now? This company here, with my own truck, I'm getting 70%. Yeah, 70%. 70 cents or 70%. Now, some people might comment or say or think, oh, I'm getting 80% or I'm getting 90%. That's cool. It really is. But 80% at company A and 80% at company B is still two different numbers. So, I'm happy with it. I'm really happy with it. But I can get more. If I have my own trailer, which I'm leasing this one, but if I have my own trailer, I'd be getting 80% from this company instead of 70. We talk about money, so that makes me even more inspired to be a full owner operator with my own authority, because I want that 100%. Making that real money. And I'm working towards it. Hopefully by the end of next year, I'll have that a goal achieved. So, I'm looking up, boy, looking up. Making that money. How flatbed is so far? It's cool. I like it. But I always liked it. I've been talking about flatbed throughout the years. Like, man, I want to get back into flatbed. But man, ain't it some work? Somebody commented on my video before where they said flatbedders earn every penny of what they make. And he was damn right. Because right now I've been fortunate to not run into no problems with flatbed yet. But, you know, then again, it's my third load I'm on. And I will run into problems, and I dread that when it happens. It's not if it happens, it's when it happens. And that goes for anything when it comes to trucking. It's when it's going to happen. How you going to deal with it. I actually made a mistake yesterday, and I wish I had a body cam or one of those helmet cams that, you know, some of the pro YouTubers use once they get that money up and buy that GoPro and all that fancy equipment. Because I would have showed y'all what I did. So I went to a pickup to get loaded inside, and my winches, let me show you what I'm talking about. So my winches, for those who don't know, these are winches. These things right here. When I went to go get loaded, I had all my equipment out, and they was ready to put the load on the trailer. Now, the first mistake that I made was, you see how this bungee cord here is holding this up, and you see how this one is slightly bent? Well, this is already slightly bent when I first got the trailer. I didn't do this. This is already like that, and it's going to get changed. But these two winches slid all the way to the back in this area. Now, you see what's under it, right? So what happened was, the second mistake was I set my trailer brakes. Now, when you set the trailer brake on a flatbed trailer, it's not like a van or reefer. It may be, but I've never noticed it. It dumps out the air in the flatbed trailer and it lowers the height and it gets closer to the tires. So when I set it, I was there for about 20 minutes before they loaded me. And the load that I picked up was 44,000 pounds. So if you can see these winches, I'm gonna try to get an example. Like this one, look at that. See how high it is? Probably you can get my hand, maybe if I had 5 fingers, a thumb is a thumb, people. 5 fingers underneath that. And when they put the load down, it lowered it down to, and I did it there, it lowered it down to 3 fingers, which that's when the trailer had air in it, of course. So when the air dumped, everybody's seeing an airbag on the trailer. You've seen that it's, I don't know, I have to measure one to get the exact number. If you know, comment below. If we're wrong, I think it's 12 inches long. So my hand ain't no damn 12 inches long. So just imagine the winch got lowered down. See my hand? Remember, it's 6 fingers. It lowered down into the tire. And I had both. I had one right here and the other one right here. This is what it did to the tire. Is the tire ruined? No. Still good to go, because when the tread wears down, it'll start fading in with it real well. Now, luckily, I was talking to 2 flatbedders that was standing next to me, because, you know, I got all new equipment, and I pulled out a new tarp, and it was wrapped up all in packaging and stuff like that. So they was asking me all kind of questions. Is that your truck? Or how much your load pay? Oh, you an owner operator? Yes! I'm a damn owner operator. Feel me? So they see a young guy, especially a young guy, doing something like this with new equipment, got their own truck. You know, they're not sure about the trailer. Like I said, I'm leasing the trailer. I don't know if they assumed it was mine or not. But they like, oh, he doing good. So, you know, they curious, asking me all types of questions. But then one of the two was supposed to get loaded behind me next. And he was telling me, since I got my load on the trailer, he was like, pull forward so he can get in behind me and I can finish, you know, securing my load. Well, I wasn't too sure about it, because like I said, I'm just getting back in the flatbed. So, you know, I don't want to move my trailer unless I'm basically told to or got the green light, because I never got my paperwork from shipping. So I was like, let me walk over there real fast and ask her. And he like, oh, she don't care. I don't take nobody's word for nothing. I ask people. Because when I do something somebody else says I do, and I make a mistake, then I'm the one that's gonna get pinched for it. And then they're gonna get corrected, and they ain't gonna have no recall on it whatsoever. So that's why I always ask. Ask people, ask. Skip it, whether it's a stupid question or small thing, because small things could easily turn into big things. And then you're gonna sit there like, man, that's so stupid. So, like I left the winch in the tire, he told me, he said, go in there, he said, air your trailer up. So I turned the key on, push and release the trailer, set the parking brake, of course, and let it air up. It took about 3 minutes for it to raise up, and when it did, I was able to freely slide them. So then the other one was like, what you do is, if you know your winch can slide all the way to the ass end of the trailer, put a bungee cord there, secure it like you seen. That way you have to worry about it moving when you pick up your next load or your loads, you know, future loads. So that was a good lesson I learned yesterday. And that's why I don't move too fast. Would I would have caught it before I pull forward? No, I wouldn't. I don't know why those winches are black. They should be like reflective as this vest I got on me or something. I would have seen it easier. Black winch, black tire, you know, inside of a building. It wouldn't have really caught my eye. I'm glad it caught theirs though. And you know, I thank him. I really appreciate stuff like that. I like it when other people help other people out, because they really could have been the type of people just to stand back, talk amongst themselves, and wait for me to pull forward. If I were to pull forward with a 44,000 pound load with a winch in my tire, can you think of what would have happened? How embarrassing would that be? To have all that new equipment, have my own truck, and pick up a load and lose a damn tire. That would have been embarrassing to me. He saved me an embarrassment, especially there, because then I have to order a new tire. That would have ran me $300 plus the road call plus the per mile. And I was in Indiana, and you know they all up in that Midwest about that damn dinero. You ain't even got to worry about that. So he saved me $600-700 and possibly 4 hours of downtime by just simply telling me, hey man, don't move the trailer yet, air it up first, move the winches out of the way, secure them, then pull forward. So I appreciated that. Gave him a handshake. So back to the pay. What did my first load pay? My first load paid $2 a mile. That's my cut after the percentage. And man, what a jump from $1 to $2. Boy, let me tell you, what a jump. I really want to see what my week paycheck gonna look like, because I've already, with this third load completed, which I'm picking up now, in 3 days, 3 loads, I'd have made a full week at Dart in 3 days here doing this. Already. There's money in flatbed, people. Now, I have a YouTube and a friend that I talked to last night, and he was asked about flatbed. He currently with Landstar. And he said, yeah, Landstar has flatbed as well. But I was thinking about it because they offer training, so on and so forth, but I'm not sure, you know. I said, well, you get a lot of money in it, you know. I'm going to find out here sooner or later. But he was like, man, that tarping stuff, it got to be tough. Yeah, it is. Them tarps ain't light. Check it. A 4-foot drop tarp, I got a 4-foot drop tarp, 2 of those, and 2 8-foot drop tarps. The 4-foot drop tarp has to weigh at least 50 pounds. So when you roll it up and pick it up, I have to like pick it up to my waist level and then throw it over my shoulder and carry it and keep balance while walking to put it up. That's a 4-foot tarp. I haven't even opened up the 8-foot tarps yet. And I was actually going to do it right now since I got an hour downtime. But I want to do it in an area where there ain't so much wind blowing. I just don't want to worry about the wind blowing right now. I could wait until I have to use them, but when it gets cold outside, I don't want to deal with that in the cold and all that either. So if in the wet next week or two, if I don't use them by then, I'll definitely then find the area. Or if I take a reset somewhere, I'll open them up, roll them up, and then move my stuff around. So this load, what is this load paying? Man, it ain't much more, but every penny count. This load I got right here is paying $2.09 a mile. Yes, sir. My second load, it didn't, like I said, it didn't pay much. It was actually, but it was still more than Dart. It paid $1.25 a mile on my cut. So, you know, if you average that out, it'd probably be in like the mid 160, 170s, I guess. I didn't really do the math yet. But like I've said, a whole week at Dart, I done already made here in 3 days. I still got 4 days left in this week. So, I mean, the weekends probably was going to kind of hinder me because they're not going to, unless I want to run 1,000 miles or 1,500 miles, and I can choose to run out to California and Washington and all that. But I'm not going to do that right now until I at least get some money up in my account, because if something happens to my truck or trailer, I'm responsible for the trailer. So if I need a tire or, you know, an airbag or a light, I have to pay for it. So I don't want to be that far away when all my resources is on this side of the country. So that's the kind of stuff I got to keep in mind. But that's my first load, and the other 2 loads. If you're thinking about flatbed, think real hard, because van, bumping docks, detention, the downtime in van is just ridiculous compared to this. I have no downtime. I'm surprised I got downtime right now. If it wasn't for a 12 o'clock appointment and me getting here at 11, I wouldn't have no downtime. You don't have to worry about detention in flatbed. You ask somebody in flatbed what you get paid for detention, they're going to laugh at you. Because when I get to a delivery and tell dispatch I'm at delivery, they'll already find me a back call if they haven't already preload or pre-plan me on one without telling me yet. All they waiting to hear from me is I'm empty. As soon as I text I'm empty, within 5 minutes, there's your reload. I'm already on the way there. And like I said, flatbed, there's not really much appointment times like van and reefer. It's basically, as long as you get here and they're open, they will load or unload you. You don't have to worry about that. As long as you get here, first come, first serve, they'll load you or unload you. So, I'm enjoying it so far. I'm not sure how the winter's going to go, because when these tarps get frozen or cold and you got to use them a lot more often, there's a lot more work involved. But I need it because I need to lose weight. I need to lose weight. So, thanks for watching, people. I'm going to chill out. I'm going to do some core exercises on my bed. And I'm going to get back at y'all. But wait. Now, because I have a flatbed, I can do my workouts on the flatbed. Think about that, because I'm going to have a video about that in the future.